Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 1, that is Introduction to Power System, Overhead Transmission Lines and Overhead Line Insulators. So here we are going to discuss a concept called effect of wind pressure. So effect of wind pressure. So the wind flows horizontally and it touches that overhead transmission line or overhead transmission line conductor. Once the breezing wind which touches that conductor which is in perpendicular to the direction of wind, that means whenever wind flows horizontally, and hence the wind pressure or wind velocity, minimum wind velocity is like 5 meters per second and maximum wind velocity is around 90 meters per second, 100 meters per second on the conductor, which acts perpendicular to the conductor. So the direction of wind or wind velocity is always perpendicular to the conductor. Therefore the force which acting on the conductor due to wind, which acts at right angles to the projected surfaces of the conductor as shown in figure. Look at this figure. This is that front view of the conductor. That conductor actually which is connected between the two successive poles. Now the wind direction is like this. Now the wind direction coming like this and it touches that the conductor. If you look at that relation between that wind direction and the conductor, both are perpendicular to each other and there exists that 90 degrees phase angle difference between that direction of wind and the placing of the conductor between the two successive poles. Therefore wind direction is always perpendicular or it is right angle to the projected surface of the conductor, that we are going to understand from this figure. Hence this figure is called as direction of wind force. In this figure I am showing the direction of the conductor and direction of wind force. So if you compare the direction of conductor and direction of wind force, both are perpendicular to each other. So therefore whenever the conductor is perpendicular to the wind force, maximum amount of wind it can touches the surface area of the conductor. Next, the wind force is represented mathematically as W suffix W and it can be obtained, that is wind force per unit length, whose units are like kg per meter. It is, we are going to find out that wind force, that is nothing but product of wind pressure per unit area into projected surface area per unit length. That means the amount of wind pressure per unit area is product of to the projected surface area per unit length. Projected surface area means wherever the wind touches that surface area of that conductor, that we are going to take it into account at this factor, and in this factor here we are going to take into account that wind pressure. Therefore the wind force per unit length in kg per meter mathematically expressed, that is wind pressure into d plus 2t into 1. So what is d plus 2t? D is nothing but diameter of the conductor and 2t is nothing but the amount of or the thickness of ice which is coated on the conductor. So both sides it is coated, we are going to take it into account, that is 2t. Therefore d plus 2t is nothing but projected surface area per unit length of the conductor. When we are going to multiply that wind pressure which is represented mathematically as P, therefore P of d plus 2t. So therefore the wind force per unit length, in kg per meter, that is equal wind pressure P into d plus 2t, where d is nothing but diameter of the conductor and 2t is nothing but thickness of ice coated due to the variation in the climatic conditions. Therefore the overall wind force per unit length, W suffix W, is equal wind pressure P into d plus 2t. Now in the above formula, that is here, where P is nothing but wind pressure, and the units of wind pressure is kg per meter square, and here d is nothing but diameter of the conductor. That means whatever the conductor this wind is going to touch us, that conductor diameter, which is represented with small d. Therefore small d is equal diameter of the conductor, and small t is equal thickness of ice coating. So if I want to show that the thickness of ice coating, if it is existed, because that ice coating is not at all takes place for all the conductors, but it is only takes place at some locations wherever that climatic effect is there. So that's why small t is equal thickness of ice coating if it exists. So in order to look at that small t, just look at the following figure. Look at this figure. In this figure I am going to show that surface area of the conductor, that is front view of the conductor. In front view of the conductor, here I am going to show this is that actual diameter of the conductor, that is small d, and this is that amount of thickness which is coated by the ice or snow fall. So here this is nothing but one side and this is nothing but another side. The total thickness is, here is 1t, here is 1t. So total is t plus t, that is 2t. So capital D is nothing but the overall diameter of the conductor along with the thickness of ice coating. Therefore capital D is equal small d plus t plus t. So we got the formula as therefore here we got the formula, that is capital D is equal small d plus t plus t. So total is capital D is equal small d plus 2t. Here I am written that mathematically the formula capital D is equal small d plus 2t. Next. Therefore here we got the formula, that is wind force per unit length, that is W suffix W is equal P into D plus 2t. Therefore where P is nothing but wind pressure in kg per meter square, and D is nothing but the diameter of the conductor, and small t is nothing but thickness of ice coating if it exists, because ice is not existed for all the cases in all the climatic conditions. Ice is existed only at few climatic conditions. Okay, hence the conductor gets acted upon by two additional forces. That means the overall force of the conductor, that is nothing but one is because of Wi. Wi is nothing but weight of ice on the conductor. So the weight of ice on the conductor, that weight, that means that force is also acting vertically downward direction. Then another force which acting on this conductor, that is because of wind pressure. So that is the wind pressure which touches that surface area of the conductor in horizontal direction. Therefore the conductor and the wind direction both are perpendicular to each other. Therefore wind force W suffix W, wind force is also one of the force which showing on this conductor. That means one force is because of ice, weight of ice on the conductor, that means which acts vertically downward direction. So the one vertically downwards Wi and one in horizontal direction, that is W suffix W. So weight of the ice, the weight of ice on the conductor, that force which acts vertically downward direction, and another force, that is wind force, which acts horizontal direction to the conductor. Therefore wind force and conductor both are in perpendicular to each other, and weight of ice on the conductor which shows effect, and that force is vertically acting in downward direction. So this is the thing what we observed in the case of effect of wind pressure.